All right, chat. Let's talk about it. Set 2's dead. Set 2's over. It's not a thing anymore. We are now pushing into nationals where Set 3 is going to be legal. The pre-release is going to be this upcoming weekend at time of recording, and I am exceptionally excited. And so here's what I want to do. I want to make another tier list. We made a tier list earlier for Set 3 and how relevant I think the cards are going to be, and already I think that tier list is out of date. But I'm not going to make another one because who cares about that? What I want to do is I want to talk about what are you gonna see at nationals. What are you gonna see? And so what we're going to do is we're gonna make a tier list of what the meta decks are, the rogue decks, and the decks that just aren't going to show up. I have taken all 81 characters that exist in the game and I have put them into a tier list maker, and we're just going to chat about it. We're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna see what matters. So without further ado, let's jump in. Let's jump in. As always, if you're live over on twitch.tv with me, sound off in the comments. What do you like? What do you not like? These characters are not in any particular order. I'm just gonna throw them at the wall, and we're gonna chat about it, right? And I'm gonna give my opinions about the things that I think you're gonna see. So before we jump in too terribly heavy, I do want to talk about what my three different spots are. Okay, number one, the meta. Here is the thing that I want to show you with this. I only have 3 tiers, and the tiers are the meta. I think that these are the decks that you need to prepare for. I think they're going to be all over the place. I think that they are going to be they're going to be all over the place, and one of these decks is going to win. Right? If you could have our 9-round tournaments and you run into one of these characters on every single round, and it would make total sense. That makes sense. Up next we have Rogue, and with our Rogue decks, these are the things that might have good matchups into most of the things, or you're trying to catch somebody with a bit of a curveball. If you sit down across the net, you're gonna go, huh, that's interesting. I didn't expect to see that here, but we're gonna have a good game. And then I've got the haha category, which is I replaced the eat a 2 category with this guy's not showing up. If this guy does show up, you have a 60-40 matchup. Every character above this has a 60-40 matchup into this guy. There's no reason for you to really at home put a lot of mental brain power. The point of this list is, as we have 1 month left in the Nationals, there's 80 characters in a brand new set that you have to focus on in order to make the cool deck that you're taking work. You should be throwing your face into the meta wall of characters that I'm going to put out. And you should do less prep for Rogue, and you should do practically no prep for haha. But a lot of your mental space should be here on the meta of what am I going to expect. Okay, and the last one is this highlight. This is where I'm going to put things when I'm talking about them. So without further ado, let's talk about All Might. Excuse me, Ball Might. Let's talk about Ball Might. So Ball Might, the reason that I have him on this list is because I wanted to tell you that he's not legal. He is not a legal character card. If he was legal, I'd put him up here, but he's not going to be legal, and so anybody at home, if you have Ball Might or All Might 7, at this time of recording, it's not a legal character, so don't play it, don't show up to Nationals with it. You cannot play this character even in like side events. The only thing you can do with this character is put him in your binder to look cool, maybe play him at locals if that's okay, or use him as a coaster. Those are the 3 things you get to do with this guy. So, there's that. On to All Might 1. Am I accounting for diversity? No, I'm not counting for diversity. All Might 1. I think All Might 1 is... I have a soft spot in my heart for All Might 1, and I think he's a rogue deck. I think it's the very, very bottom, but he's probably just the top of haha. I think this character is... as we take and we look at the top, as the meta starts to fill out, we can come back to All Might 1 and be like, this guy's pretty cool if his game plan works, and then like the wrenches that the rest of the meta is going to throw into his game plan is not going to be that great. So I think we're going to just leave him in Rogue because I have a soft spot for him, and this is my tier list. And if you want to put him in haha, you can do that on your own. Endeavor 2. Endeavor 2, I think this character is really cool. I think this character is neat. I don't think anybody's going to play him, though. And I think that is the number one thing about this character, is I think he's just not going to show up. And once again, this is not a strength-based tier list, right? Endeavor could be the best character in the game. I just don't think anybody's gonna play him, and that's the biggest thing for me. Nobody's going to play him. Same thing with Gran Torino. I think more people could play Gran Torino. You could see him at the very like all the way over here at Rogue. But like, man, yo, Alyssa GG, thank you for the bits, man. Appreciate it. It was gonna be running his packages out. Exceptionally correct, Apprentice. Everybody's gonna be playing Endeavor 2 cards. They're not gonna play Endeavor 2. That's just how it is. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna move my camera and stuff down here in this corner, because like, you guys don't need to see this. You need to see the tier list. I'm gonna put Gran Torino down here. Gran Torino's done nothing in season 2. He's done nothing, and so I don't think that he got anything so spectacular in season 3 to push him up into the people are gonna play him. That's just where it is. Midoriya 2. Midoriya 2 is the meta. I don't think Midoriya 2 is that amazing, but people are high on this character at the end of season 3. At the end of season 2. The thing about this character is he has gotten more tools. He is going to be played, and that's what the list is, right? People are going to sit down with, going to bring Midoriya 2. He could be like I could see him being like 4th through 7th most popular character, truthfully. Denki, Rogue deck. I think people are going to bring Denki. I think there's going to be something that people are going to try and do with Denki in the future for season 3. I don't know what that is yet. I don't know, but it's going to exist. I don't think it's going to be a ton of stuff, but it's going to exist. Eraserhead 2. Not a character. I love Eraserhead 2, and I'm excited to mess around with Eraserhead 2. I think that people are not going to give him a shot. I think that people are not going to give him the light of day that I believe that he deserves. I think at bare minimum you could push him up here. Like if you were an Eraserhead, if you felt the same way about Eraserhead 2 that I feel about All Might 1, you could see yourself putting him up here. But I don't think it's a deck that you need to prepare for. I would, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. Right? I'm gonna at least put some thought into Eraserhead 2 exclusively to look at my deck and be like, yo, if there is actually, we can do this, right? Yes. If there is a single enhance, right? If there's a single enhance that, like, if it gets canceled, I lose the game. Maybe you should like think about, what do I do versus Eraserhead, right? But the likelihood of you fighting an Eraserhead, there's maybe going to be 1 or 2 at the tournament, tops. I don't think there's going to be very much. Bakugo 2. I think Bakugo 2 is a meta character. I think there's going to be a lot of people who are going to give Bakugo 2 a chance. I think Bakugo's got the Earth symbol in general got a lot of support in set 3. I think the Death symbol and the Fire symbol also got a lot of support in set 3. Every single card in Endeavor's kit, Endeavor 2's kit, which shares 2 symbols with this character, has the word Fury on it. Like all of them, right? The only thing that we're missing is the word Powerful, right? But some of them even got that. Giving your moves speed, giving them a bunch of damage. If you can figure out how to find the momentum, flipping my opponent's resources. I think this character's going to see play. He is on my list. He's on my list of things that I want to see. Kirishima 1. I think Kirishima 1 is one of those ha-has, and I want to put him below Ball Might because there's a chance that somebody gets DQ'd because they play Ball Might more than they play Kirishima. I don't really think that Kirishima 1 is getting anything extraordinary out of the thing. Can we spend more time talking about Villainous Way, Gran Torino? Even then, like I don't think really that Gran Torino is gonna get that much. I think that you would rather play somebody else rather than Torino. That's probably where I'm at. But Kirishima, yeah, I want this character to be cool just because, like, I like the idea of him fighting the adversity of, yo, I got a red and I still came back and made top 16. I think that'd be a sick storyline. It's just nobody's gonna give him the light of day. And I think that's his biggest thing. I'm going to do this. Whoop. Hatsume. I think it's probably one of the best rogue decks. I think that under her 3 symbols, I think the life symbol is kind of tapped. I think actually the life symbol got the least overall support of all of the symbols in the entire set for set 3. I think that the life symbol is kind of tapped out, and then like set 2 pushed the life symbol so hard that they just pulled it back. There's some real specific things that the life symbol gets, but I think the all and evil symbol got pushed in this set. And I think that there's going to be something that Hatsume is going to get that I think is going to feel very good. I don't see that mean like, yo, there's going to be 10 Hatsumes. I don't see that, but I think somebody's gonna try Hatsume again, and be like, yo, I have a way to get around the learning the standards, which is the one thing that like the deck can't handle, right? The deck can't handle that foundation, and so that's the question, right? That's the big question. Eraser 1, the meta, obviously, the most important meta character we've talked about yet. This character is exceptionally good. This character is so good. He says that none of these other characters are relevant. The void symbol actually got a way to kill people. Doolin 3. Hey, thanks for watching, man. Dragon Flames. I missed the part why Deku 2 will be meta. Good Earth Life just are great symbols. People like Midoriya, and he got some real positive tools. He's one of the decks that I'm testing right now to go to nationals, and I think people like the character, and they're just gonna play a bunch of them. Welcome, Dragon Flames. Also, welcome to the stream. Anyways, back to Eraser. He's a meta character, obviously, right? He's going to be all over the place. The void symbol now has a way to kill people. The void symbol now has spam foundations. It now has 0 diffs, right? The void symbol actually gets to like play like a real deck. Previously, it was like the void symbol was all about, yo, I gotta kind of like backswing and I gotta play like this really tight game. Nah, man, Blood Moon Rending just kind of like murders chumps for free. just kind of just like rips extra cards out of their hand, murders them for free. I think this character's very, very good. He's one of the characters that I'm gonna be testing for sure. I just gotta get Danielle Nelson to give me his list, and then be like force him like, hey, we're on fun sponsored players. Give me your Eraser list so I can play it. Coda. So here is the #1 reason to make this list specifically. This list is not a power level list. This list is a will I see it at nationals, and you are going to see Coda all over the place. I don't like Coda. I don't think Coda is very good. I get why Coda is the way he is, and I get people's infatuation with the character. I don't think he's that great. I think he's going to be everywhere. I think he's going to be the Bakugo 1. You remember in Season 1? Remember when Season 1 happened and Bakugo 1 was everywhere? Everybody wanted to play Bakugo 1 and everybody wanted to play Shigaraki. Those two were like tied for the tops. They were like, yo, we got to play. Oh, these characters are so sick. And they didn't do shit. That's how I'm feeling with Coda. I think Coda is not that great. I like what Coda has going on, but I think stats are king in this game, and I think being a 6-hander that wants to play out his whole hand and then commit his own resources to do the thing that he does to try and string out longer, it's just like I just don't know. I don't know. But he's gonna be all over the place, and that's what matters. Mina too. This character is not a character. Don't worry about her. I ain't gotta worry about her. She got 0 things. 0 things in set 2. Or set 3, excuse me. Tokoyami could be banned in before nationals, and I would not be surprised. This character is nuts. This character is now playable under all 3 of his symbols as opposed to just the fire symbol. I do think that Chaos and Evil got a lot. I still think Evil is the worst, unless you're trying to do something very specific, right? Like mess around with Blood Curdle. But like the fire symbol just got apathetic as in an action. The Chaos symbol and fire have Twisting Azure Inferno. The Chaos symbol has so many spams. There are so many zero diffs under the chaos symbol. So like as long as you can figure out how to kind of like deal with throws, you'll just murder everybody. Chaos Bird is like on the top of my list of like I could be taking. Odro 2. Odro 2 is going to be everywhere. Probably here is where I'd put him. Chaos Bad No Starter. Good point. Good point. Odro 2 is insane. This character being able to... We'll go find him. This character being able to give just a bunch of stats on things. This character is just a better version of Todoroki 2, in my opinion. Do you want to give stats on a bunch of stuff? Sick. Here is not just 2-2 on one thing, but here's 1-1, then 2-2, then 3-3, then 3-3, then 3-3. Crazy, right? Those are Jiro numbers, right? And then just enhance once per turn, as opposed to lifting your momentum and your opponent getting lifted momentum. You just lift your card out of the card pool, and then you get to windmill slam it right back down. It's like Ochako. Incredible. It's so good. Odro 2 is Jiro levels of 6 hand size aggression. Right? It just hits so hard and is so consistent. The difference between Odro and Jiro is Jiro checks her, makes sure that her checks are clean, whereas Odro just always finds a fourth attack. Right? It's very cool. Shoji 2. Yeah, nobody's gonna be messing. Where is Shoji 2? He's not even on the list. Not even a legal character. Am I just missing him? Oh, he's just actually right below him. Yeah, Shoji just doesn't exist. This is not a character. I don't think you need to prep for this guy at all. Playing at a national level event. If you do, be like, hey, what happens whenever he looks at the top card of his deck 4 times in a turn? Neat. Sero. Sero goes here first. Sero is insane. Sero is incredible, and he goes here. Those who can't Eraser, Sero. Eraser is a way harder version of what the Sero deck's got going on, but the Sero deck has got a lot of moves. It is playable on, once again, under all 3 symbols, right? All 3 symbols, all 3 symbols, all 3 symbols. 2 of the 3 symbols. I don't know what Eraser looks like under all, right? 2 of the 3 symbols. 2 of the 3 symbols. 1 symbol. This guy's got 1 symbol. And so like these characters you're gonna see a lot of because you've got a lot of diversity that you can mess around with their decks, and they're good, and they're very good. Yeah, let's talk about Sato. Oh, sorry, he's got to be above. It's probably above here too. Probably above here. There's where he is. Nobody's gonna be playing Sato. I think Sato is neat. I think Sato is cool. I want to play Sato at locals. There's no shot anybody takes Sato to nationals. Unless they're just like trying to have like a good time, right? And we're talking like this channel, I want to be as competitive as possible, right? That's one of the things that I really pride myself on, is like wanting to talk about the competitive nature of the game. And I just don't think Sato 2 has what it takes. Everything that you want to do with Sato 2, you can just accomplish with Sato 1, and you'll feel better. And we'll get to Sato 1 here eventually. Ochako 3. This character's cool. I like this character a lot. I don't think this character really got anything in set 3, which is why I'm going to put her in the haha. This character is close. Is probably like one of the closest. Like if I could put Gran Torino in Rogue, I could also see Ochako in Rogue, but I put him in haha, so I'm going to put her in haha. I think these 2 characters are like right neck and neck of like, why would I ever play Ochako 3 when I can just play X character instead? And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I think this character is very cool, but and I think she's neat. I just don't think we're gonna see her. And that's really it, right? I'm gonna see a bunch of these characters. These characters are gonna be fringe, but still relevant, right? And these are my ha-has. Actually, you know what? Here's a way to think about it, right? When you look at this, like the point of this list is, you remember the pie graph breakdowns, right? The pie graph breakdowns, and you see like these are going to be your double-digit characters easily. Easily, we can see these as double-digit characters. These are your single-digit characters, and these are your others. These guys are gonna be in the others category, and that's another way we can read this tier list. Once again, it is not about how strong a character is. It is about, am I gonna see them? 13. So 13 is interesting. I'm gonna pull her up just because we missed Stain. Did I miss Stain 2? There's no way I missed Stain 2, right? I missed Stain 2 on my list. I cannot be more mad. I can't be more mad. And I have 2 endeavors? What happened here? List is scuffed. List is scuffed. Yeah. Let's talk to Stain 2. Okay, we'll talk Stain 2 and I'll figure out a way to fix it, right? I think Stain 2, and here's what we do. You ready? We got it. We'll fix it live. We'll add a row below, and we'll call this one Stain 2 tier. And here's what I think it's going to be. I think Stain 2 tier is going to be, and this is Stain 2. This is Stain 2 for all intents and purposes. I think Stain 2 is going to be in Rogue. R-O-G-U-E. I think he's going to be in Rogue. I don't think he's going to be all over the place. He's just a 7-hand size character that puts speed on things 1 time. He commits and freezes the best find. This is a good ability, right? I think the question is how consistent can you make this, right? Is there not a better character to do this? I think he's cool, but I just don't think a lot of people are going to show up with him, and that's the point of the list, right? I'm making that soul read that like people just aren't going to show up with him. That's where it's at. Let's talk about what the fuck is her name? 13. I just couldn't remember her name. I could not remember her name. Yeah, I think 13 is a rogue deck. And the reason is because I think both of these responses are incredible. Both these responses are very, very good. I think that 722 is also incredible. It's also very, very good. The big thing about 13 is she gives me big Toru 1 energy, literally the last character on the list, where I think the hardest part about 13 is she has to figure out how to win the game, right? If you can figure out how to win the game as 13, I think she's incredible. But these don't say win the game. These say stop my opponent from winning the game, right? To the point where I think she actually is just going to be the top of haha, because somebody's going to have to crack the case, right? And then there's going to be one. There's going to be one, maybe 2 people that play 13. And so, I mean, that's where it is, right? Extendo hair, maybe? Yeah, I think extendo hair is the way to go, Apprentice. But, like, it's like, that's how you have to do to kill people. Move on to Shigaraki. Shigaraki, he's going to be all over the place. This character is going to be all over the place. I think that this ability right here is so tantalizing. I think everybody wants to play this ability. After I have dealt damage, I get a free momentum. That's nuts. This ability, I think, is incredible on defense. I think it's so good. After I block a thing, discard my momentum, clear my card pool. It's really good on offense. This is so good. The only issue with this character is this, and people just got to find a way to work around it, right? And these 3 symbols are a little lackluster, right? On the defense-wise, right? One of these symbols hasn't existed for 2 sets. This one, I think, is a little lackluster, and this one's very good. But, like there's obvious holes in the Shigaraki game plan that you have to fill. But I think that a lot of people are going to try. I think a lot of people are going to try. And everybody loves everybody loves Shigaraki. Shigaraki's rad. Shigaraki's super cool. Let's move on to Shoto. Todoroki 2. I think this character is going to be all over the place. I think this character got a lot of stuff from his dad, as well as a lot of stuff from Eraserhead. My big thing about the water symbol, and me and Barrett were making a water deck last night, is we started our water deck as Todoroki 2, and it just turned into Ojiro. Because Ojiro is better at doing this thing than whatever. I think that Fire and Order Todoroki 2 might just like come out of nowhere. The Fire and Order symbol got a huge glow up when it comes to the back page support, and then just Endeavor's cards. Endeavor's cards in Todoroki, fucked up. Absolutely fucked up. On to my boy, Midoriya 1. Chat, any questions? Any thoughts? Where's Midoriya go? Huh? Yeah, nobody's playing this character. Nobody's playing this character. At this point, I think Midoriya, because of how good defense is, I think that you're just not gonna see him. If there was a place to, his time to shine was pre DLC 2. That's where it is. I think that might just be the best he's ever going to be, which sucks because I love this character. Until we get reversals in the game, I don't see how Midoriya 1 gets to like really push back. There's got to be something really cool that comes out, like Midoriya gets to abuse, or something has to change in the game in order for Midoriya to like make it a real impact. Let's talk about Toru 2. Toru 2. She's essentially just another flavor of All Might 3. The way that this character works is she gets just a bunch of speed if my opponent has stuff in their board, as opposed to All Might getting speed for stuff in hand. And then once per turn, cancel an attack and then tell them to try again. Incredibly powerful. It's so powerful, it's going to be all over the place. This is going to be top 4 characters are going to be Toru 2. Everybody wants to play as Toru 2. It's awesome. It's very cool. It's neat. It's very neat. Let's talk about Stain 1. Stain 1 is very much in the haha tier. I don't think that Stain 1 is going to see any play whatsoever. I don't think that he's a rogue deck. I don't think that Laceration gives him the push that he needs to be a character. I think there's just other better things that you could be doing under these symbols. You can just play them on other characters, right? Oh, I want to play all Stain. You should play all Eraserhead. I should play all Eraserhead too. I want to play Evil. Go play a Shigaraki deck, right? Like there's just, I want to play Order. Play literally any other Order character. This character's fine. He just doesn't quite get it there. Beautiful, amazing flavor. Why not just play Stain 2? If you want to play Stain 1, just play Stain 2. He just does the thing better. Just does it better. Dobby, for sure, a rogue deck. Everybody's so high on Dobby. He plays Twisting Azure Inferno so exceptionally well. He just like slams those down. He gives them all a bunch of damage. He can give them all throw. I think that like there's a lot of things that people are gonna do with Dobby. Dobby's already a rogue deck, right? Like if you don't have a game plan to like deal with like how do I fight Dobby, then he's going to mess you up. He just is. And so like I think Dobby's like almost like the perfect definition of rogue, right? Dobby and Denki, perfect for it. Perfect. Bakugo 1. I think Bakugo 1 is going to be a meta deck. Oh, we're losing it. Pew. I think Bakugo 1 is going to be a meta deck. Probably the lowest in the meta deck. I think this character is very good. I think this character is very good, and he's way better than people are able to give him credit for. I think that he got a lot of tools. I think he got a lot of tools on all 3 of his symbols to make stuff work. I think we're gonna see Bakugo 1. I would not be surprised if we see a Bakugo 1 start the day 4-0, right? Is what I'm saying, right? And have a lot of them show up. Endeavor 1. I think this is another haha tier. I think if you're just gonna play Endeavor 1, you should play something else. He might be up here in Rogue. I just don't think that he got anything really exceptionally nuts. He gets to go pick up his own Prominence Burns, which is cool, and gives them a trillion billion damage. But I think there's just other things you can do instead. Probably there's other shit you could do. Yeah, probably there's other shit you can do, right? Yeah, I'm gonna put him in haha for now, just because like Will Taylor's gonna show up with Endeavor 1. Will Taylor's gonna show up with one of these 2 characters, and then be like, "Yep, there's my haha tier," and then nobody else will. So there it is. Tokuyami 2, also in haha. He just doesn't have the guts. He just doesn't have what it takes. There it is. Sero 2. Zero 2 is the definition of rogue. I think that Zero 2 has a lot of legs. I think he is the best card pool stuffer deck. And as long as, if they banned it can't be fixed tomorrow, this character shoots up. Shoots way the fuck up. But the fact that we just don't have access to like a real way to stop that card, I think Zero 2 is going to be where he's at. It's cool. Yeah, I like Zero 2 a lot, and I wish I had the guts to play him, but there it is. Toga's gonna go right there. Toga's gonna be all over the place. You've got Toga, Ojiro. If you told me that the three most represented decks at the event were gonna be Tokoyami, Toga, and Ojiro too, I would not be surprised, right? Biff does not have to go back in time to give me the sports almanac to tell me that these three characters were gonna be the most popular. He doesn't have to do that. I can see the future. Shenzo, not a character. Nobody's gonna play it. Ibarra is a rogue character. She just found success at the end of set 3. She's getting into set 2. She's getting like a neat a couple neat tools in set 1. My biggest thing about Ibarra is like everything that Ibarra was doing, Toga just does a little cleaner, right? Toga hits faster, not harder. She hits harder, not faster, and gets to play that one extra one. But like by the time that we get to the alleyway ambushes at the end, like we don't care about the extra low attack, you know? And that's where I am with it. Jiro. Yeah, Jiro's gonna be all over the place. I think Jiro is, if I had to put it in the correct spot, probably here. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna actually do this. You ready? I'll switch those two around. I'll put this down here. All right, that's where I'm at so far. Oh yeah, I think Jiro's insane. I think Jiro's crazy good. Jiro, +X, double check what's on my deck, double check what's on your deck, put myself in the best case scenario. When you elevate a pitcher like that, like there's nothing wrong with Jiro. The only thing that's wrong with Jiro is her lack of draw, which like some decks fix, right? Some decks fix. Mineta is going to be in the meta. I think he easily gets to be like right here, right? I think Mineta is incredibly powerful. I think he ended set 2 incredibly powerful. I think the biggest issue with Mineta is he's just fucking boring. I think he's just really boring to play, but I think you're gonna see him all over nationals. I think he's gonna be freaking everywhere, man. And once again, this is not a power tier list. This is are they going to show up, right? And I think that Mineta, if you don't know what to do to fight all these aggro decks, he's the #1 deck to slow aggro decks down. He just is. I steal 2 momentum from my opponent, and I don't die that turn. I just don't, right? Unless they have a real way to interact with what I'm doing, which a lot of aggro decks don't. Right? They just don't have it. Monoma, you don't gotta worry about Monoma. He's the definition of sideboard tier, right? So you could put him down here at the very, very bottom of Rogue, because him existing in a sideboard might just like eat your game plan. And so like to the point, let's do it. We'll add a row below. We'll make it this color. Oh, sure. Clear. Yeah, we'll make it this color. We're gonna put him down here in sideboard. And this is exclusively, watch out if somebody has a if somebody has a character that can sideboard into Monoma and it messes you up, right? Like you're playing as Toru, you're playing as like Sero, you're playing as fucking even like Toga or something. And Monoma can like get that touch, right? He's just like a better version of your character. And so like be careful whenever you're thinking about what deck am I going to take to nationals, what's going to show up. All my 3, good point for a second. What does Monoma do to me? Because he's not going to show up, but he is going to sneak into somebody's sideboard. Had a question, what's the difference between Stain 2 tier and Rogue? Apparently when I uploaded this onto Tier List Maker, it gave me 2 Endeavor 1s and not a Stain 2. So, what do you do? Prison Mike 2? Prison Mike 2, he got another mill card, right? He got another mill card. He got more than the mill cards, right? Doesn't Indenimed also have fire? So like fire mill might be a thing, right? I don't think it's enough to be rogue, but it's something you have to it's definitely a card that you have to like be aware of, right? You need to be aware of this one and Mike 1, depending on how good they are at the mill. I think that he's just gonna go in haha. It'd be funny to see him there, but he's just not gonna show up. Same thing with Mineta 1. Everything Mineta 1's doing, you can just accomplish with Mineta 2 better. Like if you just like the character. Ida 3. Once again, I don't think the Idas are gonna show up. Like I just don't think it's true. But I want to put it up here. Like there's a chance that people show up with Ida 3. I feel like Ida didn't actually get a ton out of set 3. He got the one attack, the one where he's like fucking leaning in. He's got like the craziest, longest neck of all time. I want to find that card actually. I think that card's actually hilarious. I think every time I see this card, attack, he's got the Order Void Match Go. I think this card, he looks like a giraffe. I think his neck's just like... I think his body just looks fucking weird here. But this card's fucking good. This card is a damn good card, right? After I ready one or more foundations in his deck, it's +1 damage. That's so good. It's just like this is neat, but like does it push Ida up and out, right? I just don't think so. I just don't think it does. And so I just don't think he's gonna show up, right? Once again, not about strength, not a strength-based tier list. He's gonna be there. It's an Ingenium card. Yeah, man. I don't think that's true, but hey, once again, you know, I hate arguing with Fidu21. Love Jose. Have I ever told you guys that like Jose is like one of my favorite people of all time? Can't stand Fidu21. I guess an idiot. Tetsu. I think if you want to play Tetsu, I think he's just going to exist in sideboards. I think actually, if you were going to play this character under 2 symbols, right? I think that you just sideboard this guy if you don't want to die. I don't see him as a rogue deck. I just don't. I think Tetsu Thrash, people are going to play Tetsu Thrash in Midoriya before they play it in Tetsu. Truthfully, I think they play it in Midoriya first. I think Midoriya is just a better character than what Tetsu's got going on. But I think you easily you snap put him in the sideboard of Midoriya decks. So you need to be prepared because these characters are easier to pull out and surprise you because they get to replace these guys, right? Which is where it comes in. Momo, here's the hottest take of all time. I think she's a rogue deck. Exclusively not based on power. Once again, this is not a power-based tier list. This is, are they going to show up at Nats? And I think a lot of people are going to be on the new hot shit. And I think Momo got, like, maybe 3 cards to fuck around with her kit. I think, actually, she got nothing. And so, like, are people willing to play a set 2 deck going into set 3? That's the question, right? We've seen... inarguably, right, Momo has been the most consistent deck of Season 2, and nobody was playing this character. I would even still consider Momo a rogue deck in Season 2. I would consider that, right? The thing is like, you needed to have a game plan for Momo, which is why I get to put her all the way at the very bottom of the meta. If your deck doesn't have a game plan for Momo and you fight her in top cuts, you lose. You just do, right? So hopefully you listen to me and you don't just take a snapshot of what this is. Momo is the best rogue deck, right? But you need to make sure that you keep her into account, which that's the point of this tier list, right? I want you to be able to keep this into account. Nomu is a meta character. People are gonna be playing Nomu. We just got an Evil and Earth starter deck. Nomu got access to more draw power on these symbols. Nomu got Prominence Burn, and that card fucking kills people, man. That card that card kills the shit out of people. And it got Ignited Arrow, right? Nomu got so many tools. Not gonna play Hulking Grimace. Please don't play Hulking Grimace Nomu. If you're gonna play Hulking Grimace, we'll talk about another character that does that better. But there's so much that set 3 Nomu gets to have access to. And here's the other thing, right? And here might be the play. As opposed to this, I wish I had a second Nomu, right? I just throw a Nomu in my sideboards. I'm so down to throw Nomu in my sideboards. It's sick. It's sick. But for now, I think I'm gonna put him in the meta just because, like, I think that you can pilot a main-boarded Nomu and feel fine about it. We'll move on. Ochako. Ochako has been falling in and out of favor in Season 2, right? At the start of Season 2, or Set 2, whatever. I'm going to call him... You ready? Okay. Everybody, hold on. I got to... For the rest of this video, I'm going to be calling... I hate the way that Jasco does their seasons. I think the way that they do their seasons are bullshit. Season 1 was Set 1. Season 2 is Set 2. Season 3, we're now moving into. I think it is absolute horseshit that we started 3 and C of our competitive series halfway through Set 2. That's dumb. That's dumb. And so I'm not going to talk that way. I refuse. I refuse to talk that way. Jasco can't make me. All right? They're not here. Tim Freely's not gonna bust through my ceiling and beat the shit out of me. And if he does, it'd be great content. But he's not going to. So we're gonna call it Season 2. Ochako, at the start of Season 2, felt great. Right? At the start of Season 2, as we got halfway through Season 2, right? It fell off, and then we started to pick back up at the end as people got less afraid of Faith Shield, right? I think that Ochako is going to show up a bunch, right? I think she's going to show up a bunch. Just because, like, this character's just damn good, you know? Probably somewhere closer to... I bet this could be here, right? I think a lot of people are going to try Eraserhead. Probably here, right? I think it's probably where I'm going to be at. I mean, they're good friends, too, yeah? Yeah? Ingenium. This character's not showing up. Nobody gives a fuck about Ingenium. Ingenium's great. Ingenium's a stellar character. I wish people played Ingenium. They don't. They just refuse to do it. They just refuse. And so he's just not going to show up. Todoroki 1. I want him to. But he's not going to. He's another haha deck. I want to put him right here. That's where I want to put him. In my heart of hearts, this is where I'm at. This is not where he gets to be. This is not where he gets to be. He's got to be in the haha tier. And that sucks. Ida 1. I think Ida 1 gets to be... Ida 1 is going to end up in haha tier, right? But I think where Ida 1 is actually going to end up on my list is he's going to be in sideboard tier. Because I think there are some strategies that say, yo, if you can't deal with the -3 speed and not be able to play stuff on my turn, it's good. Being able to steal the first enhance and make something flash is just good. But the thing about this guy is doesn't Cheerleader just do his job now? To the point where, like, why play Ida 1 and, like, have to have a character to help you with your Cheerleader when you can just play Cheerleader, right? Right? Yeah. I don't even know this guy's name. I don't even know his name. I have to go look at his name. Who knows what this guy's name is? O'Leary the Fire Sergeant. Backdraft. Yeah. Is Backdraft going to show up? No. Backdraft's not showing up to this tournament. gonna be 14 backdrafts. You know what I'm saying? right. there's there's not gonna be 14 backdrafts. I can't even see there being 4 backdrafts. Right? There's gonna be 2 people playing backdraft, and it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be so sick, right? With the 2 people playing backdraft. Let's talk about Death Arms. 1 more Billion backdraft. Correct. I think Death Arms is going to be the meta, and I think that you need to be prepared for him. I think if you're not prepped for this right here, I think that Death Arms is going to kill you. Commit, destroy one of my cool foundations after your ready step. I pick the best 2 cards in your board, and I commit them. Then the turn travels back to me, and then any amount of stun that I do, you start 2 behind. And this card's rad. I think this card's super good. And I think if you are not prepared for Death Arms, that you are messing up, and you're just gonna get eaten alive. Greed Apprentice. Death Arms eats people. Yeah, he just messes people up. And I'm very excited to see how Death Arms works in the future, to the point where, like, you know, he does share 2 symbols with this character, right? Giving all your stuff +5 damage, or giving yourself +1/+2, and then committing the 2. Like you get to see Nomu and Death Arms sharing the same board state under 2 symbols, and like can like swap into each other. It's very cool. Next, let's talk about Shigaraki. Shigaraki 1, once again, I think a meta character. I think that the Death Evil Fire symbols got a ton of support. And so I think looking at like if you're not prepared for what Shigaraki can do in set 3, I think he's just gonna roll over you. I think there's a lot of really cool stuff. Not to mention he shares 3 symbols with the 2 characters we just talked about. I think he's gonna be all over the place. I still think that they're gonna be probably just as many Nomus as... Actually, there's going to be more Nomus. I think Shigaraki is going to be pushed up closer to here. And I think that Death Arm is going to be pushed up closer to here. But this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at currently. Yeah, this is where I'm at currently. Well, Malfire got half the support of any other symbol in set 3. Yeah, but it got important support. It got really important support, and that support being from Endeavor 2, whose starter deck kit is better than any other starter deck. So like undeniably, if you take an Earth Evil Fire character, you take Endeavor 2 off and you put on whatever. If you take off Endeavor 2 and you put on any other Earth Evil Fire character, you've got a damn good deck. Asui 1. The bitch is back. Obviously, Asui 1 underwater is nuts. All of Eraserhead's starter deck support is incredible in her. It's super good. Everything that I just said about what the fuck I said about Endeavor 2 and her kit, Asui 1 just takes Eraserhead's 2 kit underwater and just eats it up. Just loves it. Just absolutely loves it. And so like it's damn good. It's going to be very good. And so like once again, this is not a power level tier list, right? Because like you could be like, oh no, she's all the way over here. I think this is what's showing up. What is going to be at the tournament? Not necessarily what wins the tournament, but what do you for Swiss rounds need to prep for? And that's the point of this tier list. We've got Aoyama, hilarious. All Might True Form, hilarious. Kamui Woods, obviously. Kamui Woods is going to be all over the place. Kind of the same vein of what's going on here. This is the aggro version of this water deck. This is the defensive version of this water deck. I don't know if Keenan's Water Woods is going to be where it's at, but this character does have 2 more symbols that now need to be explored. What happens when I start putting an ungodly amount of damage on the Earth symbol? What happens when I start putting an ungodly amount of damage on the Air symbol? What happens when I force you to start blocking these moves? I think that Woods is something you need to be prepared for, because people are going to be playing Woods. Nezu. Let's look at Nezu. Look at my boy. Look at him. He's so cute. Truthfully, I think this character sucks dick. I think this character sucks. I think this character is so bad. With that said, people are going to play the shit out of him. People are going to play him all day. I think he could easily be... He's here. Maybe here? He's here. I want to put Midoriya above him because I believe in Midoriya. I'm going to swap these two because I like Midoriya more than Todoroki. I think people are going to play the shit out of Nezu. I think they're going to... I think everything that this guy does, I think people love him. I think he's so cool. I think this... How neat. How cool. I think this is where his real strength is. And I get to do this on webcam already. This doesn't matter to me. This doesn't matter to me. This is neat, though. This ability right here, this is fucking cool. My opponent just won't do this. It's okay for me not to draw a card. Right? That's okay. Right? It just means that I draw the cards on my turn because you were going to draw those cards anyways. Anywho. I think people are going to play him. I think you should prep for him. You should know what he can do. Right? Fourth kind. Everybody loves fourth kind. Everybody loves fourth kind. Everybody loves taking and slamming down a move. Boom, boom, boom. Play that fourth move. Look at the camera and say, gotcha. And he's a cool character, right? I like fourth kind. I think people are going to play the shit out of fourth kind. I think that there's going to be... I think there's going to be a lot of people playing fourth. I think there's going to be so many people playing fourth kind. Because I think he's going to get cool moves. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff. I think that this is one of the characters that you should be preparing for. I can easily see this guy showing up. Right? I think I could see you guys. Promise burn a fourth kind Pog. Oh my god, that's so sick, Sneaks. Sneaks, that's so cool. Sorry, I got tickled. Sorry, I got tickled. All Might. I'm gonna pull back one more. Oh, still don't have ads on the side. We're good. All Might 3. I mean, obviously people are gonna play this character. If there's a quintessential play my hero the way that God intended, the way that if you want to play my hero the way that God intended, this is it, right? The only standard character to leak, one of the only standard characters to leak over, right? You got this guy and you got this guy, standard level characters coming over and playing some games, and so this character is good. He's gonna be all over the place. Ectoplasm. Nobody's played Ectoplasm. Cementos, rogue deck. I don't think that he's going to be all over the place, but I don't think that that you have to worry about it. You know what? Here's what I'm actually going to do. I got a comment in the chat. Jace the Ace. I think we've got too many characters in meta. You're right. And for that, I'm going to push this down here. I think Cementos is a good character. I think he's a rogue character. I think if you want this, I'm thinking Stanley can't have all these characters show up in double digits. I mean, there's gonna be 7,000 people at this event, so. You know what? For this, we'll put him at the bottom. I think Cementos is a good ass character, and I think the Earth symbol, the Void symbol, only got better. And I think that there's a lot of things that Cementos can do to really push his advantage, and so I think Cementos is going to look very, very good. Snipe, you could put Snipe in Rogue, but I don't think it's going to. I mean, people are going to show up with Snipe just because they fucking whatever. I don't know. I could, if you told me there were as many Snipes as there were Eda 1s, I wouldn't be shocked, right? Yeah. Jacob's coming? Yeah, so there's one. There's one person playing Snipe. There's one guy doing it. It's Jacob. I feel the same way about Ojiro. I think if you want to play Ojiro, there's other things. I would rather just play Bakugo 2 over top of what Ojiro's got going on. You can easily put him in the sideboard, but I just you don't need to prepare for Ojiro. You don't need to prepare for Shoji 1. Mina is a rogue deck, and the only reason that I'm putting her in rogue is because there's honestly not very much that you can do. There's just not much you can do to prepare against this character. She either rolls you or she don't. Like those are the two things that she does. She either rolls you or she don't. I don't know what tricks she got in set 3 to like really push her above and beyond what she's already doing, but she's good now, so she's gonna be good there. Mountain Lady, I think Mountain Lady is could easily be rogue. I'm gonna put her at the very tip top of this. They gave her own card, and people like playing as Mountain Lady. They do. They do. I think that if you you know what I'm gonna do? Actually, I'm gonna take Death Arms and I'm actually bring him down here too. Yeah, I think this is right. Carbo loading for Mina. Ooh, good point, Jace. Good point. Yeah, Mina gets carbo loading, and that's very good. Yeah, use right. It's very good for Mina. Fuck. That's really good for her. But yeah, we'll just move on. Denki 2. I think Denki 2 easily gets to be a meta character. I think Denki 2 is so incredibly excited to play the Shigaraki, discard 2 momentum, grab a thing. There's so much momentum manipulation under the Chaos symbol now that I think Denki 2 is going to want to shine. I think Denki 2 will get last place. I think everybody who plays Denki 2 is going to get a combined last place blue ribbon, right? I think the character sucks, but I think that people are going to show up with him. And that is what I think is where it's at. I think a lot of people are going to see that neat little combo and just do your absolute best. Denki's the definition rogue. Yeah, I mean we could put him here, right? He's just at the very, very, very bottom of the meta. Yeah. But we get a month of set 3. People are not going to playtest as much as you think they are. All Might 2, another rogue deck. The question is what does All Might 2 get under the new set? I think that Fury might be the new hotness. I am very, very, very excited for Fire Might. I think Fire Might is going to be messed up. I think he's going to be very incredibly good. He's one of the characters that I'm excited to play. I think Prominence Burn All Might is going to be fucked. I think it's going to be very, very good. Not to mention we have another starter deck with the all symbol, right? So we have a starter deck with the all symbol, so we get to mess around with that. I think Fire might be very good to the point where like I wouldn't be surprised if your deck just folds to +2, maybe +4 damage, you lose, right? You just lose, and so like we'll have to see. Kirishima 2 here. This is where here. This is where I want Kirishima 2. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna be crazy. I think more people are gonna play Kiri 2 than they're gonna play Toga. Kirishima 2 is the most consistent deck that has ever existed in My Hero. Truthfully, he plays good offense, he plays good defense, and he plays it easy. I don't think he plays it better than anybody else, but I think he is the definition. He's the Mario of our game. He really is. He is not exceptionally good at any one aspect of the game. He's good at every aspect of the game. And that is why people are so drawn to Kirishima 2, is because Kirishima 2 fills a lot of people's holes in the game. Oh, I'm not good at offense. Kirishima 2 kind of writes that for you. I'm not good at defense. Kirishima kind of plays that for you. And so I think this character is just like super, super well-rounded. Smash Ultimate Mario or Melee Mario? Great question. We'll talk about it in the next one. Ochako 2? Boop. If you don't have a plan for Ochako 2, if your deck loses to Hulking Grimace, Lift, Hulking Grimace, fix your deck. If your deck loses to Waylay, Strip a Mid Block, Gale Force Punch, Lift, Gale Force Punch, fix your deck. Right? This character is just going to beat the brakes off people who are not ready for her. If you want to have a bunch of 5-minute games, this is your character to play. You play a 50-card deck that is all momentum, that is all denial, and you just take you take and you just slam it. Super good. Momo 2. Momo 2 is not going to show up to nationals, but we're gonna change the subject a little bit. I think Momo 2 could be on the rise with all these cool assets that are being played in. Being able to put down Deku's Notebook for free, being able to put down the collectible card, whatever the fuck that card's called. Being able to put down training weights. She gets to kind of just slam assets into her stage and like gets a lot of really cool use out of them. With that said, you don't have to worry about her, right? Yeah. Ida 2's not going to show up to the event. He's just not going to. Ayama 2's not going to show up to the event. Frobby 2 is not going to show up to the event. All Might, I could see Smash Might being down in Rogue, right? You should figure out what happens whenever, if all of the Smash moves got +2 speed or +2 damage, and you're an 8 hand size character, like what does your deck do against that, right? What does my deck do if all of his stuff can get big or fast, right? You should at least think about it. And then, if I go to Deadlock, if I go to Deadlock, they all beat my face in, right? Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Gunhead, not a card. Recovery Girl, you gotta prep for Recovery Girl. Recovery Girl is gonna be all over the place. Being able to give anything the throw keyword is good. It's just a good ability, right? The question is how do I navigate the pregame to make sure that she doesn't get set up in order to make that happen, right? And that is where you need to do. If your deck loses to a Recovery Girl, you need to make some sort of change because she's going to show up. She's going to be there for sure. She's probably a little closer to Rogue, just strictly based on how the tier list works. I don't think there's going to be double-digit Recovery Girls, right? And so, like, you need to figure out what your deck does against Recovery Girl. That's where it is. I'll put it in Rogue, right? Selkie. Selkie's another Rogue deck. If you need one foundation to make your deck work, this is not the character for you. He's too clear. He's not the character for you. What can set 3 do if they just touch me and snap 2 momentum real quick, right? What does that look like? Is this character like really good with something like Heroic Clash, right? A Heroic Clash being like, oh, I'll play this move, I'll flip my card, I'll play this, snap my momentum, I'll play Heroic Clash, I'll clear the whole thing, I'll redraw, I have another momentum, I'll play a move, clear my, I still have another momentum, I'll do, and then grab it, and like there's a cool combo deck out of Selkie that could work. Kirigiri, if you don't get to play the best attack in your hand, and they give you garbage attacks, what do, right? You need to know what's going on against Kirigiri. The evil symbol got a lot better, and we saw like an evil mill Kirigiri putting in work in Pasadena. Order and Void. Void actually gets to kill people now. What happens when you let Kirigiri try and kill people? I mean, I could easily see this being a real ass deck. Truthfully, you just got to like navigate. He's like the other half of the Eraserhead of like, yo, Eraserhead doesn't die for this very specific reason. Kirigiri doesn't die for this very specific reason. And so there's that. Ubami. Gonna be all over the place, People saw Shane's Focus Punch deck, and they're just going to mimic that deck and just try and beat the brakes off of you. One of the strongest cards in the set. That is how Uabami works. That is how Sarah is going to work. I think that card is very, very good. And it's just absolutely shits out damage. And it's if you're not prepared for a 6 mid 4 whatever, right? That Uabami plays very cheaply, then be prepared. She can go pick it up. That's so fucked. Midnight. All over the place. Somnambulism is going to rock people. Absolutely rock the socks off of people. Midnight is going to be all over the place. If not here. And this is where I think she belongs, right? I actually think that Midnight is not a mainboarded character. I think that you sideboard her in all of these really awesome all chaos void decks to say, yo, here is if your character is important to you, now it's not. No, it is not important anymore. Specifically on defense, right? From there, we've got Eraserhead. He wishes. We've got President Mike 1. I don't think that he matters. I don't think anybody's gonna show up with Mill. Maybe you put these two in Rogue. Prepare for him, right? If you're playing a 50-card deck, you might lose to these guys now, strictly because of the fact of like how much Mill that there is. But I don't know. I'm gonna put them in Rogue exclusively because this is not a power level thing. This is a what should you be preparing for to go to Nationals. So I'm gonna actually put them up here in the bottom of Rogue. Make sure you don't lose to Mill. Nobody wants to lose to Mill. That's the lamest way to lose. Sato 1. This character's fucked up. This character's actually nuts in set 3. This character is insane. He got so many incredible tools under all 3 of his symbols. The order symbol has fallen off a little bit, but All in Earth caught the fuck up. The All in Earth builds are so cracked. They're so good. Losing turn 2 to Sato is going to be very easy, to the point where I could see like this and would not be surprised, right? Hold on, let me do some moving. I don't want to move anything anymore. And then Toru 1's not going to show up. If you want to play Toru 1, she's going to be here. Make sure that you don't get a Toru snuck out of the sideboard to fight you. And that's it. That's really truthfully it. Sorry about the mess up with Stain too. It's weird, but I don't know why it didn't pull over. With that said, are there any last minute moves that I want to do? First and foremost, I guess I pull you down, right? Nobody's gonna be playing All Might 1. Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna be playing these. You could take this list if you wanted to take like a snapshot of all of these characters and be like, yo, this is the things that I really need to test against, not to mention what does my deck do versus these characters. I think that's a good place to start for your Nationals testing, which is the whole point of this list, right? The whole point of this list. Put Nezu in top tier. Nobody's playing Nezu, man. Just stop. Nobody's playing him. Yeah, I would not be surprised if we saw all of these characters in double digits, truthfully. Actually, we're going to bring this back down. I would be surprised if she was double digits. I would not be surprised if we saw all these characters in double digits, truthfully. With that said, though, like, because of how small our game is, right? Like, Midoriya could easily go to, like, or 9 or above, right? Like, if any of these characters are, like, there's 9 of this character, I would not be surprised, right? These characters are, like, your 8s to 4s. And these are your 3s or belows. I can see enough Mount Ladies to be Rogue. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I still think I have to put in haha just because I don't think that that it's good enough, right? Yeah. But anyways, I don't think anyone will play Coda. I think there's been a lot of scuttlebutt about Coda. I think Coda is one of the most popular characters from set 3. That people are like looking to try. With that said, you guys, thank you much for watching the video. Let me know what you guys think. Is there a character that you think I put in haha that should be in Rogue? Do you think that Nezu is actually going to be the most represented character like Island does? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you want your voice heard, come join me live over on twitch.tv/TamCardwell. Link in the description down below. All right, guys, thank you much for watching, and I wish you well.